You know, when you get into a cult or a cult-like organization, like the Jehovah's Witness, for example, basically what they do is they cut you off. I'm going to tell you, in a funny way, there are two ways in which you can cut people off. One is just simply physically cutting people off by actually doing things to block their access to any outside information. The other way is psychologically, by more or less contaminating things, by saying everybody else is a liar and I'm the only one who's telling the truth. And you either believe everything, you have to, see, the cult leader really gives the message no matter how he cuts you off, or he or she. The one thing that they have to do is basically tell you, I am the only true source of information. I am the only true source of knowledge. There is no other source of knowledge but me. That's kind of like the whole essence of a cult and the essence of cult leaders. I'm the only source of information, the only source of truth. There's lots of information out there, but it's false, it's fake, it's contaminated. You shouldn't listen to it. You know, just know that it's all coming from Satan or some evil forces. I'm the only good source. I got a direct pipeline to God and truth and everything else. That's the essence of a cult. That's how cults work. They have to cut you off from anything else. See, usually in a real way in life, you know, if you, assuming you're not in a cult, being in a non-cult situation, people who are telling you information, who are telling you something, they will welcome examination. They will welcome you comparing this to something else and looking and doing research and trying to find out for yourself. If my information is true, you'll discover it. You'll discover how true it is. But simply knowing it's true because I told you it's true and you shouldn't question it and you should go on faith and faith alone. No examination, no experimentation, no research, just faith and faith alone. That is the very essence of a cult. You know, and that's a dangerous thing. I don't even think I need to explain why cults are dangerous. I think we already know. We look at Jonestown. You know, to me that was the one that made me think. You know, when I was a kid, because I was 18 when that happened. I was in high school. And I remember it was November 18th, as a matter of fact, 1978. And I remember that. And I always wondered, how could all these people believe this person? But you know, when I started reading about it and learning the details of what happened, basically what Jim Jones did was cut people off from any other information, from any other news about the world, from any other information about the world. He had these people in this isolated situation. See, so the first thing of a cult is you got to isolate people. Now, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, you may live in a big city like here in Chicago. Or you could be in New York. You could be any place. I mean, you could be in a big city and you could have access to lots of information. Because people have access to the internet and everything. And people have access to libraries and bookstores and just conversation. Just even conversation with your friends. Or interacting with people. Or just your everyday experiences. But you learn to doubt. See, the first thing, another thing that they have to do is get you to doubt your own judgment. You have to doubt your own judgment. That's another thing with cults. You have to doubt yourself. So, doubt anybody else who could explain things to you. Doubt yourself and your own ability to think for yourself. And trust only the cult leader as the only source, the only reliable source of information. And then that's how they get you. That's how you wind up being totally under control. And it becomes a habit of thinking, a habit of doing. The only thing you can do is just listen to that person. If you start thinking for yourself, then you start thinking, wait a minute, I don't know, maybe that's Satan talking to me. Maybe my own thoughts, Satan is trying to get at me. And believe me, when you hang out with the Jehovah's Witnesses, they do think that way. I mean, they may say, oh, we don't talk that way. Yes, you do. I know that from growing up with that. I mean, everything is always Satan. You know, you do something, oh, that's Satan. Yeah, contaminate everything. So everybody associates everybody else's word with Satan. You know, there's information out there. People are telling you things. People maybe tell you truthful things, but you should always view it through that lens that they're giving you, that sort of lens that the cult leader gives you. See it as suspect. See this other information as suspect. See your own thinking as suspect. The only true word is the word of the cult leader, because they got a direct pipeline to God. You're too dumb to really understand God on your own. Only the cult leader, only the minister, only the elders can tell you the truth. If they tell you something, you have to believe it. And on that note, and with this phone call, I end this video.